Hello and welcome to Learn with Indrjeet. This is another video in the series of videos titled Building a To-Do Management System Application in the latest .NET 8 framework from Microsoft. In this series, we are building together a very simple to-do management system application. In the previous video, we implemented the to-do groups page and completed the related services. If you haven't watched that video, please go ahead and watch that too. In this video, we are going to add new functionality to the to-do groups page. It is going to be very exciting. So watch the video till end, and if you find this video useful, give it a thumbs up. I am very excited to start it, but before that, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell icon so you never miss out on the latest content. So, let's get started. So here we are in Visual Studio. Let's go to the to-do groups page where we want to implement the add new functionality. Let's start the application as is. And let's see where we want to put the input box. So inside of this header, we want to have an input box and this button here so that the user can input the to-do group name and click on this button to add it to the list of to-do groups. So let's go to the markup. Inside this card header, just below this card title H3, let's put in a div with class card tools, and let's give it a width of 50%. And in here, let's put in a input of type is equal to text. Let's give it a class of form control and form control navbar with a placeholder which says enter name, like that. And let's take this button. Let's remove the card footer. We don't need that. And let's paste the button here. Now let's have a look at the UI. Oh, so the input box and button are here, but we can make them look nice. So let's wrap them inside of an input group. Okay, so Shift Alt W, class is equal to input group. Shift Alt W is the shortcut for wrapping any content inside of a div. So let's make it a input group small, and what this does is it puts the input and the button inside of a group. Okay, so we want to append this button to this input. Okay, so let's wrap that also inside of a div like so, and the class is input group append. Now no need to float it to the right, and the text should say add new. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, now it looks professional. So enter name and add. So on the click of this add, we want to invoke a JavaScript function, which is, let's name that, on click is equal to add, and let's pass in this button as a parameter. So this button. Okay, now to include JavaScript on the page, we'll use the section that we defined in the layout here. So this section of scripts is not required, but we can have if required. So like that, inside of it we can have a script for the page. Script type is equal to text. Type is equal to text JavaScript. And let's define our function. So function add will accept a control, which is a button, the button that user clicks. And let's first of all find the text box, so the input box. Okay, so where txt name is equal to $CTRL, the control dot, let me just see, this button, this div is its parent and the previous one is input. Okay, so this button dot parent dot prev, and on the previous elements we want to find an input which has a type of text. Okay, right, now we want to grab the name that is inside this input. So dollar text name dot val. Now let's check if this name is not equal to empty, then we want to proceed with the functionality, else we want to see a toast notification. So toaster dot error, error, and it will say please enter name, like that. And if the user has put in a name, then we want to call a function on the server side using ajax, right? So straight away dollar dot get, which is a shortcut for ajax get, it takes in the URL as a first parameter. So question mark handler, because we are in user pages, handler is equal to add. So this will be the name of the function on server side, so on the CS file, like this here, add, and then the parameter that it will take, let's name it name, and value will be name. So this name is the parameter of this server side function, and this name is what the user has entered in the input type text. right? So don't get confused with that because of same names. Now so this $.get has a done function, so it will hit this URL with these parameters, and when it is done, it will call a function which will receive data. Inside of that function, we want to do something with the data. First of all, let's empty the input like so, and let's show a toast notification to the user. Toaster.info, and inside of this info we'll pass in the data as it is. We'll have no title, and inside of the toaster options we want to reload the page, so there is a on hidden option which can call a function, and in that function we want to say window dot location dot reload, right? So from this add function on the server side, we are expecting a message, whatever happened on the server side, and we are just displaying the message in the toast notification. So let's do the server side thing. Let's copy this function because it has many code lines that we require. Paste that on get add. So in Razor pages, on get serves the purpose that is served by HTTP GET in MVC controllers. The parameter would be a string name, and we'll ask the to-do groups service to create. And now this is not happy because it wants to have a to-do group DTO. So let's create one for it and pass it. So model DTO is equal to a new to-do group DTO. It will have a group name and created on. So let's say UTC now, and let's say now. That's fine, right? Now we'll pass this model DTO to the create function. The message API response, if the response is 200, it is going to return created DTO, and that will be of type to-do group DTO, not a list of view models. And rest is fine. So this message, so let's not show the toaster from server side, and remove this and return. So because it is the AJAX call, it expects a JSON result, and we'll pass the message as it is, right? Okay, so we are getting the name, initializing a model DTO, calling the create function, Let's put in a breakpoint here, and in the script let's put in debugger, yeah, and hit start. So here we are on the UI. Let's put a test group 3 and let's have the developer tools. Click on that button. Yes, it hits our function, and F10 to move to the next line. It gets the input text, it gets the name, and it hits the server. Continue. Yes. So the name is on server side now. Model is created, and yes, we got a 200. Let's let it run. Yes, so the message says created successfully, record created successfully at this URL. Okay, and once it goes, the window refreshes. So let me just go ahead and remove the debugger and the breakpoint. Hit refresh and add another to-do group. It will be number 4, and see, it is working fine. One more improvement that we want to do is, as soon as we click on the button, this button should get disabled, and we want to show a spinner while the Ajax call is doing its work. Okay, so if the name is not null, we want to grab the HTML of the control. Okay, so var button HTML is equal to $control .html. This is a function in jQuery. Now we want to disable this control, so dot attribute, there is one attribute on button that is called disabled, and we want to set it to true, right? And now we want to set the new HTML on the control. So the new HTML will be, let's put in an icon with a spinner. Okay, right, so let's put in an icon over here so that we can copy and paste. So icon class would be Papa spinner, and let's make it spin. And let's put in some markup. No text. So let's cut that and paste it inside of these single quotes, and let's say wait, right? So the button is clicked, add function is called, name is captured. If the name is not null, we are getting hold of the HTML, old HTML of the button, disabling it, setting new HTML, which is a spinner, saying wait, and when the task is done, we want to do the reverse. So let's copy and paste this line and set it to false. First of all, and then we want to return the old HTML back, right? So let's copy paste this, and button HTML that we grabbed, will return it back. Okay, and rest of the things are same, so let's hit refresh and let's go ahead and put in another group, number 5. Oh, see, that happened real quick. Let me show you that in kind of a slow motion. So I'll reduce the network speed to slow 3G so that we're able to see that. Let's put in number 6 and okay. So we hit the add. See, and then it goes and the page refreshes. So it is a kind of slow-mo. Let's return to the normal speed. So this way we implemented the add new functionality to the to-do groups page. In the subsequent videos, we'll put ahead the functionalities of edit and delete. Also inline edit will be there. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for joining me today. If you find this video helpful and you learned something, don't forget to hit the like button and share it with your friends. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button below. Your support means a lot to me. This encourages me to invest more time and create more valuable content for you. Remember to click the notification bell so you never miss an update on future videos. In the comment section below, please let me know what you learned from this video. What was your favorite part? If you have any questions on today's topic or suggestions for future videos, feel free to drop them in the comments. I read and respond to as many comments as I can. To watch more videos on the same topic, check out the playlist or visit the channel. Thank you so much for your time. Keep learning.